Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Tuesday. Wow. Where are these days going? Talk about time collapsing. We're really feeling it now. I wanted to welcome first to our new subscribers, and then I'm going to answer a couple of questions that came in that were really, really going to help, I think, a lot of you. And you can see behind me, what? What? We got light. More light, more light, more light. Here we go. Let's welcome new subscribers from Lowell, Massachusetts, Woodsley, Ontario, Canada. Oop, throat chakra getting an upgrade. Not during my broadcast, please. Okay. Oh, City of Light, Perth in Western Australia. Welcome. Thank you for shining your light in Perth and shining your light here with us. Oh, Whidbey Island, Washington. Beautiful. Uh, and let's go Galveston, Texas. Yay, welcome. And then our 33rd country is officially on board. Austria. Welcome from Austria. We're so happy you're shining your light there and here. And 33 is a beautiful angelic number that literally represents us being fully supported and guided by spirit. So there we go. Thank you for being here. All right. Now, I want to start with, and yes, I'm going to get to this. I know. I go as quickly as I can because we all want to know what's going on. One of the questions though that came in, it does relate to this pointed the wrong way. So one of you that said you're a newbie here and you were having vivid dreams. Oh, yes. That's been going on for me for a while. Had a wild one last night. It's so weird. It's like people that you've known coming in, and then some of them could see me and talk to me, and some couldn't. Someone walking by, and I was like, "Hey." Now, we don't need to interpret them. We don't. Now, sometimes a message does come in that is undeniable, right? That you feel. And just go with it. Just go with it. And you're going to know if it's got information, but we don't need to get into dream analysis right now because a lot of times at night, our spirit guides are helping us clear old energies again. So now, I know many of you have mentioned the planetary alignment. So understand that these energies that are all coming um, met the in meditation, I got that the reset, we're all resetting. That's what the ascension is. So all of the planets were uniquely aligned as part of the reset. Cool. Now, this big light that we have coming in, also you brought up the solar flares, new moons. So there's all kinds of energetics that is coming from the galaxies and beyond, right? And what we stick with here is I want to deal with how is this coming through our bodies and how is this affecting our ascension experience? Because there's so many layers to this onion. And one of the things that I had to learn to do early in my journey is to, okay, it's so tempting when you're first realizing that you're like awake and you're, yeah, believe me, I was drinking from a fire hose too. And then I started to go, okay, wait, pick what resonates with you. Okay. So if some information is really drawing your interest, then go deeper into that subject. But when you're new, like, and what I've realized now is I'm really focused on where's my energy? What am I giving my attention to? What are my thoughts doing? Right? What am I creating right now? So I hope that helps. So if you're new and by the way, absolutely we will do a podcast on this, how to navigate the new energies. But just so you know, in our archives in there, scroll through and see what pops out at you. There's little descriptions, and just if something speaks to you, that's you being energetically drawn to it. Just like those of you, everybody who's here was energetically drawn to this channel. We don't market and we don't promote. So many of you have said, no, I landed here. And I'm like, oh, I do. And so again, welcome to all of you. And I hope that that helps. And we will be giving more information because there are millions and millions of people waking up now, especially with this newest blast. And so it can be a lot to take in. And I know you want to feel just a level of comfort and some basic understanding, but we're on Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, so let's go. Okay, I'm going to get my melon out of the way and let's talk about what's going on in these charts. Okay, here we go. So this started at last night, or yesterday afternoon, sorry. So this is 18 hours. This, okay, from here to here, 18 hours of persistent, very high frequency light coming in. This is all new energy. This is all new high frequency. And you can see there's a heavy concentration in the upper chakras. I was feeling this in my head yesterday and for sure. And it just feels like, pressure. Again, I try not to tag anything that says it's illness or there's anything wrong. These are all upgrades. I understand that they mimic symptoms of illness, but it's really important now what message we put in the noodle. So thank you, thank your body. These are all upgrades. And, I know some of you like were physically having nausea, and it is our bodies are acclimating this massive light coming in. And I'll tell you, so this was taken just a little about over a half an hour ago. This is a fresh chart that I pulled up, and I highlighted this line here for a reason, because I'm going to show you on the chakra chart what's going on there. But again, what does this mean? This means that, and I have heard this in meditation, that the 5D grid, this grid of light, is surrounding the earth in place. This is all supporting us. For many of you, your intuition is getting stronger. Telepathy increasing. And so here's the thing, it can be an impulse. It can be an impulse. And just, play along with it. I had an impulse about lavender for some reason. And again, you don't always know, but in some way it's meant to help you. So did my lavender Epsom salts, and it was wild. So this is a cool example of how in 5D we're letting go, we're shedding our old identity in such a big way. I'm like a Starbucks queen. My license plate literally says to Starbucks. I kid you not. And I've been drinking like pretty much the same drink for 25 years. And the other day, I went in and it was like lavender oat milk latte. And without even thinking, it was like spirit pushed the button. That's what you're having today. Whoa, amazing. And then I was like, I keep getting lavender references. And so now all I know is it's in my best and highest good. So I'm kind of, we follow the energy and really follow those impulses, because they will they are in your best and highest good. Second thing that happened is I went to the farmer's market, and I love me the farmer's market. And I had this impulse to buy leeks. And I beelined right for one vendor, and here's the guy unloading a massive batch of these huge leeks. And I was like, oh, can one of those jump in my bag? And that's how I knew it was like so obvious. How many, like, it's the first time I ever rolled into this vendor that has like 50 different vegetables, and he's unloading up the biggest pile of leeks I've ever seen in my life. So, you do get confirmation when you're tuned in. And it was interesting because this is normally, I call it my happy bubble. My happy bubble farmers market's always nice and chill. Everybody's friendly. And that day I could hear horns honking. It was like Midtown Manhattan at rush hour, honking and honking. And a couple of the vendors, I overheard them saying, something's in the air. And I was thinking, it's in more than the air. It's like, woo, it's going through us right down into the earth. So it's interesting that, I'm bringing this up for a reason, because we're starting to shed is the word I received, shed old energy and being open to the newness. And this newness is going to keep unfolding. So for those of you who feel you're in a blank or a void, that's where we're headed. So it's new, and it's going to keep feeling newer. So we're going to have to shed, right? We're going to shed that stuff. And reason I'm telling this is going to lead to, give me a second. Let's look at what is going on with these chakras, and I'm going to tie this all together. Okay, here we go. You can look at what our chakras were going through. Woo, this was that 18-hour stretch, and you can just see that it's spread out. All the chakras are getting hit. This is our root chakra here. I know some of you were asking me for a deep, clearer explanation, so I'm going to use this opportunity to show you on the chart. I know I usually go very fast on this part, but bear with me. So because we got new people coming in every day, so I want to make sure that nobody feels like left out or left behind. Okay, let's start at the top here. This white line at the top is the energy that corresponds with our crown, our third eye, and the throat chakra. Okay, so these are the upper chakras. These correspond with those in our physical body, right? These are, and now our chakras are energy centers in our body too. So, okay, so it's energy corresponding with energy. Here we go. Next one down. This is our solar plexus here. The yellow is solar plexus, which is that's that, when you have a pit in your stomach, that's your solar plexus, but it's also our power center. So, and our power centers are dumping those pits that felt nasty. They're gone, and it's now getting back to that courage. Remember, authenticity and attention is our currency. And the more authentic you are, the better this guy is going to feel. Telling you right now. And don't worry about people thinking you're batshit crazy. Batshit crazy is the new in. Trust me. Okay, next we've got the red here, which is the sacral chakra. This is creativity. And I don't want to hear anybody in this community saying you're not creative because you're actually a conscious creator. And all you need to do is you're getting to know the truth of who you really are and your creative mojo and the stuff that's going to move you forward will become blatantly obvious. It kind of hits you in the face. It does. And it's usually something that maybe inspired you in childhood. That I'll share that. But believe me, it took me a long time. I was like, why am I so obsessed with all of this Ascension guide? And my guides were like, because you are an Ascension guide, you're a self-realization guide. I was like, oh, is that why I'm so passionate about it? Silly me. I'm not kidding you guys. This is how it goes, right? So here we go. Last one, root. The root. The root chakra. This one's been getting a lot of work lately. Why? Because that is our identity, our sense of security. And in the 3D, this is where insecurity was bubbling up. So that is all getting adios out of here. Okay, now I highlighted on here with this. I love me some Canva, this bracket here. So do you see these sharp that look like a bunch of Empire State Buildings stacked on each other? That is that thin line that was on the first chart. This is Roto-Rooter. This is anybody who's holding on to a beach ball, anything that you are struggling to let go of. And if you're putting attention on it because you're resisting anything, it can be relationships, it could be a job, it could be a lot of different things. And it's the agitation of it is going to increase until you surrender to it and let it go. And I know this journey is surrender and trust, but everything we perceive is going to shit is really allowing us to create it new in the way that we really desire for it to be. So like thank it and say, okay, I'm ready to receive. Thank you for showing me this. You can go and I'm ready to receive. That's a message. Okay. So I know this one's carrying on, but listen, I do what I'm told. It's cool working for the universe. They really don't let you make any missteps. Now, last but definitely not least. Okay, got a question from Sadie in the UK. Hello, darling. And I think, yes, it's early enough in the day that you'll be able to see this. So she shared a note and your my guides were like, you have something you're not sharing. So here it is. So she wrote, last night, the night of the planet parade, I woke up to the top half of my body feeling like it was plugged into a source of energy and charging me up. The energy felt really gorgeous, and I could also feel wind around me. It eventually felt too intense, and I got myself fully into an awake state and then went back to sleep. I often get spirits coming through my mind's eye, and they were really hard to shut down following this experience. And she's just asking if this has ever happened to anyone here before. So if that resonates with any of you, please drop it in the comments. And if it doesn't, it's okay. Listen, a lot of this stuff right now does not belong in our logical mind. Remember, this is energy. So if it resonates with you, you're going to feel it and go, oh, I think that happened to me. So, Sadie, thank you because I'm pretty sure your guide sent you to me. So I had a very similar experience 4 or 5 nights ago where what I was told is they were showing me, not showing, just showing, having me feel and embody the oneness, the connection to all that is. And they had me like I was going through the air somehow. One of my friends was there. I couldn't physically see her. I felt the essence and I could hear her. And she's saying to me, Patty, what is going on? And I'm like, you shut up and relax because you're agitating our ride. And there was a third entity, which I'm guessing was a guide that was somehow carrying us through. So I didn't see the physical body, but I could feel the wind. And then they showed me the sun and I could feel the sun, but then I was looking outward from the sun. Then they took us over this beautiful batch of fluffy green trees. And we were in the middle of the trees looking out like we were the tree. And then they were talking about how, okay, think of a name. And it was a weird thing, like a baseball player. And they were like, we're going to show you how you're going to be guided to them. It was like showing this energetic connection. And then they slowly tapped our feet on the ground. And we were at this baseball field, and the names were on the wall of who was playing. And there was this player. I don't remember the name. It wasn't like a direct name that I was familiar with in any way. And then I like literally woke up. The wild thing is, this happened when I was meditating. It wasn't while I was asleep at night. So I was meditating, and then like was like way gone. And then when I came to, I was like, oh, it felt so real, but I could feel. And then I was like, what was that? And then in meditation, they said that is the one with all feeling that we're all embodying. And let me tell you, it was yummy. It was yummy and fun. And I still haven't figured out why they put my friend in because she was so funny. Why? I'm like, because as she was agitating, our ride got bumpy and then, it was cool. So I haven't shared it with her yet, but I definitely will. So anyway, here we go. Let's keep sharing. Please, like you guys are so courageous. Let's keep this. Woo. Can you see that yellow line? Keep that courage coming. There's no judgment anymore. Like that's gone. That's 3D shit. We're in this together. And the more you share courageously, like Sadie did, look, she got me. Like my guide's been like, we told you to share that 4 days ago. But sometimes we like some context, and it's nice to know that you're not doing this alone, and that these are meaningful experiences that help us all along the way. So, that's all I got today. I have a feeling, by the way, I am already feeling, typically when we have these big upgrades like this, there's an integration period, and I can really feel that. My body hasn't gone to that integration feeling yet, which tells me more light's coming in. So, and regarding those solar flares, they just enhance. We've had energy coming in all year, high energy, solar flare or not. The solar flares increases the energy. So I hope that helps some of you who are looking at it, and it's all good and it's all amazing. And those actually speed up the ascension process for us here. Right. And then give love to Gaia because she is doing a lot of ascending these days. So I love you all. Welcome again to our new subscribers, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.